welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be talking about brushes that I've gotten off of Amazon this week. And these brushes are the most popular brushes to be sold on Amazon. They're the #1 seller, makeup brushes, and they had ratings, and these ratings were out of 63,506. And it had 4.5 stars. They are $9.89. So that's like 75 cents a piece because you get 14 brushes. So I'm gonna be trying these out. A lot of people are asking me all the time, what are good makeup brushes that aren't so expensive? And so, of course, I go to Amazon and I'm thinking, what has the best rating and what's the most popular? And I'm gonna try these out and see. So it comes in a packaging. This is what it comes in. I've already opened everything up and cleaned them up. They're called BS Mall Premium Professional Synthetic Kabuki Makeup Brush Set. And like I said, you get 14 of them, and they're $9.89. And that may be with Prime because I'm a Prime member, but I think that's just like $1 or something off. So I don't know, I guess they're like $10.99 or something along that range. But anyways, you got a bunch of eye makeup brushes and then some face makeup brushes. So I'm going to be trying these makeup brushes out, and I'll kind of give you my thoughts on it, if it matters. But anyways, I still will. And I'll compare them to some of the higher end makeup brushes that I use. I want to say something real quick. My children are here. I'm trying to keep them quiet, but they're just got out of school. So hopefully they aren't too distracting. I can tell these are pretty good packaging. It's made pretty sturdy. A lot of the cheaper ones you can usually tear, spin it, and they come off. The glue don't hold on pretty good, but it seems pretty sturdy. This is Rose Gold, a matte color. Also, I just want to say, I was out today running errands. I got minimal makeup on, but I wanted to go ahead and do this and get this put on, recorded, and uploaded. So I think I literally have concealer on, a little bit of blush, eyeliner, and I have no eyelashes, so very little mascara. Alright guys, so let's get started and see how this works. I'm going to start with the face flat brush. So it feels pretty dense. It reminds me of the Sigma F80 flat kabuki brush. So here's this one here on my right is the Sigma F80, and here is the BS Mall face flat. So I feel like these could be comparable. So right off the bat, I don't see any hair sticking up because a lot of the cheaper ones, will have bristles at the top here. Looks pretty good. So let's try this one out. All right. It's okay. I mean, I can tell a difference, but for $10, for 14 brushes, I mean, that brush alone was, I don't know, $20 or something, or more. It feels, I mean, it's synthetic, so it's not as good, but I mean, like I said, for 10 bucks, why not? Let's see, I don't see any stray hairs sticking to my face. Major plus. I don't know. I mean, I would definitely say, obviously, I think this one is definitely much better. It just feels, I don't know, so much more dense and fuller. I don't know, something about this one isn't as thick, but it's getting it in. Also, there is no smell, but I did read some of the reviews where there was complaints of a chemical smell. However, Amazon did put on there that there may be a chemical smell, but to wash them, which I always wash your brushes before you use them anyways. You just never know. All right, so I mean, it looks like it's blended pretty good. You think so? This is the brush that is recommended for that. It's a face tapered brush. I don't really have a brush that I have to compare this to because I don't really like these kind of brushes. But for the sake of trying out this set, I will use this. So let's see how this works. Not get down too low. It's okay. I mean, I still prefer the sponge. I don't know. It's not, it looks like more like it's smearing. And it's taking up a ton of the product. A ton. Lots. Let's see how it does up here. And I can't really get it good under my eye in the little creases because I do have wrinkles under my eyes. Oh no. I'm not a big fan of this one. I mean, it's not so bad like for places like down here and on my forehead, but not a fan under the eyes because it looks, I don't know, I can't get it to blend in good, and it's settling in the wrinkles. That sounds lovely, settling in the wrinkles of my under eye there. Okay, let's try over here. I feel like I'm painting my face because I don't ever use these kind of brushes. Yeah, this one wastes a lot of the product, but I mean, if you're not used to using a sponge, then I'm sure you could get away with it, but I'm just so used to my beauty blender for this that I prefer that because I don't feel like it's blending good. The Face Flat Angled Brush, and it looks like the Sigma Flat Angled Kabuki, which is the F88. Alright, so let me just get a feel of the Sigma again, okay? Okay, so the Sigma one is definitely denser. It feels a little like it grabs a hold of it, if that makes sense, and moves it around more. And this one, I mean, it just seems like, you know, you just have to press a little bit harder to get it to blend in. Let me get some blush on. And this one is the Face Round. Let's see. It's getting it on there. It's doing its thing. You know, I'm gonna try some powder contouring and see how that works too. Wow. Okay, so let's try some powder contouring and see how these brushes do with that. This angled one that I used. See, it does have some bristles coming out. I don't know, I'm very like, oh, it's just $10, you know. But, and it's not getting on my face. Okay. It's getting it on there. Maybe a little bit too much. Here's all the eye brushes. I'm gonna start with this brush here. does have some bristles hanging out here. And to me, that brush is kind of like Sigma E25. It's not, it's pretty, it's not as fluffy as the Sigma brush, and it seems like it's a little bit too stiff, if that makes sense. I feel like you have to be really light with it, which you should be anyways. But you know what, guys? It's getting the work done. It's getting the job done. So just lightly pushing that on there. Let's see how that looks. Okay. Not bad. So definitely don't go into this really hard, because where it is really tight and stiff, you're not going to be able to blend very well. So just go into it really nice, gently, light hand, soft, and that will help you to be able to blend a little better, okay? Alright, let's not too bad. It's soft though. I mean, some of those expensive ones, like I have some of my MAC ones that they hurt. The MAC 217 is probably one of my most favorite brushes that I've used since I was a teenager, but it hurts sometimes. Yeah, when you first get it, it hurts. Okay. Now I'm gonna go in with a darker color, I think. A little bit darker color here. I'm just doing a neutral look, like an everyday neutral look. This is pretty much what I would wear on a regular basis. An everyday look, my go-to, I guess you can say. You guys, I'm not telling it any difference. I mean, the shape of it, I'm not crazy about. Probably not the best for going into the crease, but then again, it could be, because you can do this sideways where it's a little bit thinner and stuff. You can go in it like this. Kind of just work your way over like that, and just kind of just keep buffing it in lightly. Just buff that in, and let me tell you, it's working like any of my other expensive brushes. We'll see how these hold up, because I'm going to be using them. And hopefully I will be able to give some good recommendations for some cheap, good makeup brushes. The key is just to keep on blending. If you feel like it's just not doing what it should be to your other, better brushes, just keep blending it. I know it's kind of annoying and time consuming, but let's just keep blending. I mean, I see some little patches here that are a little thicker than they are in other places, but we can just keep blending. I'm okay with that. Okay, let's see. Now I think I'm gonna just do one of my lid colors here. I'm not gonna do I'm just gonna do one color on the lid. and it's pigmented, it's kind of metallic-y. So I'm gonna be using this flat shader brush. So let's see how this does. And I compare this one to my Zoeva 234. So let's see how this one does. They have in here, this is actually supposed to be like a concealer brush, I believe, but I'm using it for this. I mean, it's picking up the powder. It's really dense, it's really stiff. So usually with these, I try to use my finger though. I think you get more of the product down whenever you use your finger. I mean, it's working, guys. It's picking it up. I don't have any bristles on my face. It's doing the job. Let me I'm gonna take another blender brush here. This was another one that's in there. And I'm just gonna use it and kind of clean up this harsh line here. Spoolie that comes with it. I'm just gonna go over it. Feels good. It's doing the job. So it's very important to have a good, stiff, thick eyebrow brush. Okay, I can tell right off the bat that this is not nearly as good as my Zoeva or Sigma brush. It's pretty flimsy. And for this kind of work, you really need it to be really stiff so you can get them right where you want them. But I can make it work for $10. Make anything work for 14 brushes. And I'm giving my honest opinion. So this brush isn't nearly as good as my other high-end brushes. Eyebrow brushes, you have to be pretty, you do need a good one. Brows are hard enough as it is to fill in. But like I said, you can get it to work. I mean, I'm getting it to work. But I can tell that I like my other one much better. I need to do my brows. Okay. So there's that. Pencil brushes are one of the staples in of what I like. There's that. Well, that does. Oh no. Don't like this one at all. It's way too stiff. I feel like I'm actually taking a pencil and drawing it on. Actually hurts too. Okay. I don't like this one, guys. Don't like it. Don't like it. I actually want let me go back in with my Sigma one. Oh gosh, huge difference. Huge difference with the pencil brush. Alright guys, so I went off and went ahead and finished my look since I didn't need the brushes or anything. So let's talk about these brushes. So as I talked about when I first came on, they're about 10 bucks. You get 14 brushes, and so that's about 75 cents a piece. You get a wide collection of face brushes and a wide collection of the eye brushes. My favorite would probably be this brush here. And my other favorite would probably be the angled brush. I feel like these two worked really good and were extremely comparable to the higher end ones. The brushes I did not like the most that were this one here, pencil brush. It was just way too stiff. It actually even hurt. So not a big fan of this one, but the rest of them are pretty good, guys. I mean, totally worth it. I probably will continue using them. I'm gonna see how well they do, how well they hold up with use over time and with washing them. You know, because you have to have a little friction going on, and we'll see how well these bristles last. There were a few bristles that came out. There is a few sticking out of these here, but none got on my face, which is a major pet peeve of mine, especially when you have lip gloss on. The shader brushes did really good. They blended good. I wish they had a little bit more of the rounder shader brushes, but you know, these worked good. The wider ones worked fine. I wish there had been like a powder brush, like a setting brush, but you could definitely use one of these face brushes for that. Also, there was no highlighter brush or contour brush. However, you can always use one of these bigger shader brushes for that. Like this brush here, see how it's wider right there? Well, that could have been used here on my nose. You can get the product and just kind of pat on and use that as a highlighter brush. Or you can always try to use this one, which I also did not like this one. I feel like it's painting. I don't like those brushes that paint. I'm not a fan of those. But, so, they didn't have a bad smell. If they do, no big deal. Just wash them. These did not have a smell for me. They are sturdy. The packaging's nice. I got them, of course, it's Prime. I got them in like 2 days. Really happy with these. I highly recommend them. So if you are new to makeup, or if you are just looking for some brushes and you don't want to spend a lot of money, I would highly recommend these brushes. I think I'm going to continue using them. I find no fault really. So, I mean, there were some that were a little, you know, too stiff, but nothing that would make me say, don't go out and buy these. I'll put the link to get these in the description box below. And I hope this video has been helpful for you. If you've made it to the end of this video, I hope that you will consider staying with me and watching other videos and giving me a thumbs up. I would appreciate that. And also subscribe. I would really appreciate if you would subscribe to my channel and we can hang out more. And hopefully you'll see more videos like this and we can all learn things together. Thanks everyone for watching, and until the next video, bye-bye.